GBU week number 2 is upon us. We are playing against John Jr., a big game, hopefully trying to right the wrongs of week number 1 and get back to 1-1. If you guys are excited for today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Quickly going to flash the team matchup on screen right now. Really tough matchup for me to prepare against, I think. I have a lot of ways that this can go right for me. I think Great Tusk is a Pokemon I lead very well against. And, you know, his main threat I think that he's trying to really promote this season is Weavile. That Pokemon just got knocked off back, and I have a really good opportunity with Iron Hands to, you know, really switch into that WoW. And Volt Switch in this matchup especially doesn't really have any switch-ins. So it allows me to kind of get around my team effectively. But there's a lot that can go wrong in this game. I'm really concerned about the Great Tusk long term. As I said, I lead against it really well, and I'm going to be leading with Scream Tail pretty much 100% of the time in this matchup as, you know, a Rocker plus Dazzling Gleam lead. Unless he lets me get damage on Great Tusk early, or if he has Wish Clefable, really hard for me to switch into that Pokemon and break it down long term. Stuff like Tinglu as well. Tinglu is really relied on heavily in this matchup to do a lot of defensive heavy lifting, and because of the fact that we don't really have a good opportunity to bring Serene in this matchup, we do have to run heavy duty boots. Something I need to start considering a little bit more on this team, because I've been running a lot of heavy duty boots, is maybe how do I build teams that can preserve Tinglu's health in the long term. Maybe something like Wish could have been a good option instead of Baton Pass in this matchup for that reason. But this is kind of the problem that we're going to potentially see in this matchup, is my defensive Pokemon are over-relied on, and it's hard for me to get my general threats in. But there's a lot of good stuff here that can go right. The Greninja here, really good set in this matchup. We have Water Assurance specifically. If he has Lead, Rapid Spin, what's it called? Weakness Policy, Great Tusk. It's going to be really good for me to have a priority move to hit that after the Scream Tail at the start of the battle. And then Surf, Ice Beam, Gunk Shot with Expert Belt Protean actually has a really good coverage against this team. That Gunk Shot, you know, one-hit KO and Clefable, which is going to potentially be very useful. And then the Ice Beam is really good against the Sinistchia, or whatever the hell that Pokemon's called. Not that it's a super big threat, because I have the baxcalibur that can switch in. I did run heavy duty boots this week with Scale Shot, mainly just as a way to clean up in the endgame. I didn't really want to use it as a setup opportunity. Probably could have run Dragon Dance instead of Scale Shot on this set. But mainly this is just going to be a way to deal some decent damage throughout the middle of the game. The real plan is to just kind of use the Greninja and the baxcalibur to deal a lot of damage, and then set up with the Gyarados here. This set is designed to set up on Rotom Watch with a Rest Chesto Berry, Dragon Dance, Terra Blast, and Waterfall. It can set up on, you know, Hydro Pumps. Foul Play is going to be a little bit more difficult to manage, of course, so we'll have to keep that in mind. You know, he might not be predicting me to bring a Gyarados that they can set up on Rotom, even though I have the Electric Terra typing. That is the team. A little bit of a quick team builder this time around. It's been a wild week for me leading up into this video. So hopefully you guys are excited for the battle, and let's get right into it. All right, game time. We are playing against John. I guess that's not the intro there. I already know that. Fuck. Oh my god. Already throwing the intro already. Alright. This is the team John brought. Clefable, Weezing, Iron Juculus, Weavile, Rotom Wash, and the Great Tusk. Our lead is to lead off with the Scream Tail every time. All of the leads that counter against my Scream Tail lead are really good switch-ins. I have really good switch-ins to other Pokemon, and this is obviously a great counter lead against Great Tusk, which is the toughest Pokemon for my team to switch into. So that's what I'm looking to play around here. So good luck, have fun to John. Looking forward to this game. We've been talking a lot of shit in the Discord, which I'm all about, man. That shit is why I love the game so much. It's just like talking to madness and having fun playing Pokemon. So win or lose, I've thoroughly enjoyed the start of this season. Okay, so he leads with this thing off. Perfectly reasonable lead. So, let's not click the run button on turn 1. Alright, so the question here is... Oh, you can't really see the HP bar. Oh, that's annoying. There you go. I'll be audible about that. Okay. So if I look here, I've got a few things. Like, I revealed that I have Baton Pass early. I don't think that really accomplishes much. It does give me a little bit of information to see what he goes into. If he's concerned with taking a Psychic move from this Pokemon, that's probably good to know. I'm just going to click Baton Pass. I could get my rocks up, but I need to maintain HP on this as much as possible, as this is my immediate answer and my immediate switch in for the Great Tusk. So I need to preserve that Pokemon as much as possible here. My switch into this probably just has to be, it could be Iron Hands. I'm expecting a poison move, so I'll probably just go into this. Just go into the Tinglu here. See if I can start getting some spikes up against my opponent's team. I really want to know if that Clefable is Magic Guard or Unaware. That's going to be important to know for some of the Greninja calcs. He does elect to get up his Toxic Spikes. Luckily for me, I have boots on. I always bring boots everything. When will people realize maybe we probably shouldn't be spike stacking against me? This will impact my Greninja, but Greninja is not going to be revenge killed in a lot of spots, so I'm really not too concerned about that. I would like to get up my own spike here. The spike is not great against him, in all honesty. I probably should have ran double rocks in this matchup against like this specific build. What it does open is, you know, if that Clef does have, is Unaware for whatever reason, then that's going to be nice to pick up, obviously. I actually kind of just want a Ruination here instead. Kind of because of that reason. The spikes are not really particularly useful against this team. So I kind of want to play around that. Let's see what he goes into. The Dawn for real. I don't know what that is. Probably Rotom Wash? Or the Great Tusk. Okay. And he does reveal to be Booster Energy. So we'll see what booster he is. Defense. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know if that is like a miscalc or like that is just a set. I assume it has to be a set. There has to be some sort of body press set that he can probably make that's really effective in this spot. I assume this thing gets body pressed. I mean, I'm going into the Screamer either way, so I mean doesn't really change my play, but I'm guessing that might be what he's trying to set up. Is something of the like, but luckily my Dazzling Gleam actually is in range to kill pretty much most of the time from here. He does like to do a taunt. Okay, so he's just taunt defensive, which is interesting. Not sure how you feel about that play necessarily. What's good here is because he's this type of set, I don't think he can be max speed. I think, yeah, I don't think it's like necessarily possible for him to be max speed. So I think I'm just going to use this opportunity to get my rocks up. My rocks are actually pretty good here in this game, so I'm going to get those up. Oh, yeah, I'm obviously fucking taunted. Yeah, that's a little bit... I'm an idiot. I should have realized. I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam. I'm going to see if he wants to stay in or not. He might just let me have this. Yeah, I mean, the taunt ends up working there. He prevents my rocks from going up. And he just goes into the spin cycle, which I'm perfectly okay with. This could be like some sort of nasty plot set. That's always a possibility. Let's see. The standard nasty plot set. So this is very defensive, actually. Oh, no, I'm on regular Rotom. Rotom Wash. Especially defensive. This looks like a little bit of a max HP angle. Yeah, this might be a little bit bulky still. Question here is what would I even go into in this spot? What I really need here is to pick up a little bit more chip. I'm actually just going to attack this thing again, to be honest. I need to pick up a little bit of chip on this Pokemon to enable my Gyarados sweep in the back, and this is getting pretty close to that. Alright, he's going to set up the Reflect. So what is he looking to set up here with Reflect? He's probably trying to set up an Iron Jugulus or a Clefable. A turn here would be my guess. I think the taunt should have worn off by now. I can kind of just keep attacking this. I mean, if he wants to set up, use this as an opportunity to set up in my face, then I'm really not like I'm kind of fine just getting all this chip. Yeah, he's gonna get a Volt Switch off. That's gonna do a decent amount. This actually does. What's nice is we know it's not the rapid spin weakness policy set, which I specifically EV'd for, so I can be a little bit more liberal with my EVs here. Okay, so because this Pokemon is in now, I can pretty freely just go into my Iron Hands. Iron Hands is pretty well designed to take advantage of this situation. Let me just bring in some Weavile calcs here. Kind of see where we're at. I mean, it could get a little bit dodgy, but depending on the set and if he flinches me. But I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, this is my dedicated switch into this Pokemon, so I'm not gonna necessarily play around. At this point, I'm kind of just content to play my game. I don't really have a reason to deviate what I prepped for. I think a lot of the problematic sets are revealed to not exist, and this is kind of what I expected here. Okay, so with Reflect up, I mean, this Drain Punch is killing either way. He could be Chople. Is, like, certainly a possibility. And Chople does actually, like, live in this scenario. I mean, if he's Chople, that's perfectly fine. I think I kind of have to accept that that's the case here. And at that point, I can just Revenge Kill if I get the requisite damage on this Pokemon. He's just going to withdraw. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So he's not some like crazy Chople set to try to break through this early. He's just going to go into this. Alright. If I can pick this Pokemon up, then that's going to really open up the Volt Switch on this Iron Hands, which is going to be really important. I really want to pick up that Iron Hands. Or that, I really want to pick up the, why can't I think right now? I really want to pick up this Great Tusk here, because if I pick up the Great Tusk, Iron Hands can start Volt Switching, and that gives me the ultimate momentum to set up my Gyarados endgame. The Rotom Wash is now in range where I can double Dragon Dance, Resto, Chesto back up, Terra Blast Electric, and then, I mean, I could sweep his team. So, at that point, like, this endgame is not too complicated on my side. Now, I have to set that up, obviously. I have to find an opportunity to get in on Rotom Wash, and especially where it's so weak, that might be difficult. This Earthquake is going to do, like, actually 3 damage. It's going to do nothing, which is good. I am just going to Dazzling Gleam here. The reason I want a Dazzling Gleam is if he goes into Weezing, I have another Baton Pass there, which is pretty free. If he likes to stay in and taunt to prevent rocks getting up, then I just kill this thing, and I'm kind of content if that's the play he chooses to go for here. Either of those two plays, if he just attacks again and I trade a little bit of damage to kill this Pokemon, once again, Screamtail's accomplished its goal this game. So, I would like to still get rocks up, obviously, but yeah, it looks like he's going to switch out. He's got to preserve this, because I think he's aware he needs a decent switch into Iron Hands. Alright, in comes this thing. Well, so I do have Encore here, so I kind of have to be mindful of this. I'd like to see what type of set this is. Leftovers is good to know. Clefable. How much is that Dazzling Gleam doing? That looks to be potentially Spadef. If I do some calcs here. Yeah, that looks to be a little bit about... Yeah, that looks to be... It's Spadef. Looks like some sort of mixed bulk set. I'm just going to Stealth Rock here, honestly. I don't really have a reason not to. If he tries to set up, then I have Encore into Whirlwind in the back, so I'm perfectly content to just do this. So I'm just going to set up my rocks. And rocks are going to be very, very crucial this game. And my opponent just selects to use Wish. Okay, so what are they going to go into with the Wish here? Rotom Wash is the kind of obvious initial thing to go into. So this is not some like nonsense setup set. So I kind of want to... I have to protect against Iron Tusk here. Or Iron Tusk, Great Tusk here. Rotom Wash, if it comes in, is going to gain a lot of HP back by Dazzling Gleam. I have a crit chance. That's obviously like pretty based. I could use this to double Gyarados and try to go for game. That would be a little bit aggressive. And if he just like stays in and attacks, like, I don't know, I feel like it's a losing play for me. I don't really have to make that sort of risk yet. And I do want to protect against this Great Tusk for now, that it looks to be a defensive set. He's just going to go this. So yeah, I could have gotten really aggressive there, actually, and done that. But I do have a chance here for a crit. Crit does kill. So that would be nice if I pick that up, of course. But that is going to put it in range. It's still going to be in range, which is important. I want to keep it like in range of this Gyarados, and Reflect was up anyway, so kind of okay with that. I'm expecting a Volt Switch here. There's kind of no reason for him to stay in. I do have my rocks up now, which will be nice against that Weavile and the Iron Jugulis. We're going to get some information on that Clef in a minute too, once that comes in. I am running out of PP, which is something to be mindful of. I'm going to continue to click the move. I have no reason to really deviate from the plan here. This is going to be a long game, so buckle the fuck up. We're going to be in for a minute. And he does Volt Switch, okay. So I am still in a pretty good spot to switch into Great Tusk one more time. I kind of wish I had a little bit of speed, but I think I've outspeed the last few times. So that thing once again now is back in range of the move I was saying. That kind of Gyarados setup situation that I really want to get going. It's just going to bring this thing out. So is he going to look to... Okay, so this is unaware Clefable. That's actually really, really important to know. I really am glad to know that this is unaware Clefable, because now this Pokemon is going to have a difficult... I'm going to have a difficult time actually sweeping with my Gyarados in this mid-game here. This Clefable is a little bit difficult for me to break in like the current position that I have myself in. Obviously, I kind of need to get in my Protean Greninja at some point. This is kind of an odd spot. You know, this is what happens when you know, John has memed me for not having fairy resistance. This is what happens when you don't draft them. You kind of do have difficulty breaking through. I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam again. I'm just going to keep up. I'm just going to click the same move every time, just, you know, continuing to put pressure. He's just going to elect to Wish, which is fine. I think I kind of can use this as an opportunity. He's just probably going to stall me out. I can kind of Encore this, actually. It's kind of difficult, because I obviously don't want to go into this, because it's unaware Clefable, so I can't really do anything. I can't really go into this. This would be an unproductive turn. I can Baton Pass here, and that'll give me some extra information. I assume he's just going to go back into the Rotom at this point to get that thing up to full, would be my guess. He's actually going to stand. Okay, so he's going to Moonblast, which is a little bit unfortunate. Would have liked to not have to switch into a Moonblast here, but I can take that with the Tinglu pretty effectively. I am very bulky, and the fact that this was revealed to be a bulky set is going to kind of lean into that for me. And what I want to do here actually is, because I know this is unaware, he's going to set up Rocks. Once again, Rocks actually does impact the game a little bit, because that's going to be impactful on my, what is it called? It's going to be impactful on my Gyarados, but that doesn't really change anything because of Resto Chesto necessarily. I could set up a Spike here. Spikes would be kind of nice. His last switch into this was the Great Tusk, so he could get a Rapid Spin off here at some point. I could just go for the Whirlwind to try to get aggressive, but I think that could bring in something that I don't really necessarily want to see. I'm just going to click Ruination, see if my opponent wants to stay in Moonblast. They're just going to Wish. Okay, I think they're kind of content to just keep wishing here, which, if that's what my opponent wants to do, like, I kind of like, not, I'm not really concerned about that at all, really. We can kind of play this game forever at this point. These are the type of games that I'm certainly used to playing. It's just kind of chilling and setting up some hazards and making some plays. It could be Defog Weezing as well. That's actually a really real possibility here. I'm just going to set up a Spike. If my opponent likes to go into Rotom Wash here to get some health back on that, it would be really nice if I was able to get up another layer of Spikes to put pressure on this Clefable, because then this Clefable can't switch into the combination of Surf plus Gunk Shot for my, what is it called, my Greninja. And then it's going to be, you know, have a really difficult time switching into Baxcalibur as well, which is going to be important. This Clefable is really difficult for me to break, I can't lie. I mean, it is named after me, so it has to be a great Pokemon. I mean, that's really the only... he's going to bring this. Okay, perfect. So I'm kind of expecting a Rapid Spin here. Would be the most likely play here. Taunt EQ. I mean, I think I'm just going straight back into my Screamtail here. I don't really have much of a reason not to. If he does Rapid Spin, so if he has Rapid Spin, the odds he has Close Combat are actually probably pretty low. So I think I'm just going to Ruination, actually. I think that might be the play here. Just Ruination, deal some more damage. Once again, the chip is what matters, and he uses Rapid Spin. Perfect. So I'm going to be able to pick up a good amount of chip back on this Pokemon. He's going to get some hazards gone. But once again, I'm kind of... this is going to be a long game, so kind of buckle up here. I'm just kind of playing towards... I'm trying to play towards my end game here at this point and stall John a little bit out of Wishes. How much PP does Wish have in this generation? That is a good question. I know everything is fucky in this generation now with... oh, of course, it was there. with BP. They removed a lot of them. Oh, it's still 16. That's kind of annoying. Not really about that. I mean, I'm just going to set up a spikes. I don't think this thing has close combat. He does have the body press, though. I am going to take a decent amount from that. Get up another layer of spikes. But I can now angle to play around this. I can now get back in on a rapid spin my Screamtail, which is going to be nice. And if he somehow manages to kill this Screamtail, then I do have Greninja, which can revenge kill this with priority, so... Yeah, he does go for the rapid spin. I have a chance to die here, I think. If he's Earthquake... no, actually, Earthquake from no investment actually has no chance to kill. Actually, no, it certainly doesn't have any chance to kill. Yeah, it certainly doesn't really have a chance to kill here, so I'm certainly just going to go for this. I'm probably even faster anyway. I could Baton Pass and get really aggressive here. That might be something I want to consider. I'm starting to run a little bit low on time. I do have to keep mindful of that. If he goes into the other Pokemon, I can bring in my... Yeah, I think he's going to switch out here. I think he has to know I'm faster. He just Earthquakes. Wow. Okay, he is actually able to kill me, so he does have to have some investment here on this Earthquake to kill, because no, zero attack investment Earthquake actually doesn't kill from there. From here, question is what do I go into? I've kind of played myself into an awkward spot, unfortunately. I can't go for Water Shuriken here. I do have to take the Toxic from this Pokemon. I am setting up for this late game from my Gyarados, which is nice. So I think I just have to bring this Pokemon in and click Water Shuriken. I don't really have much of another option here. At this point, the goal of this Pokemon was to kind of break through my opponent's team. And now, yeah, I'm just gonna Water Shuriken here. Just keep it simple here. Don't need to click too aggressively. If my opponent does elect to go into Clef, I can Gunk Shot as well in that spot. And I don't really need the HP on this thing, particularly on almost kind of any situation, which is really, really nice. I do need to find a window here quickly to get this sweep, though, with Gyarados. That's the in-game I'm playing to, and that's the one that I have to kind of succeed at some point or another here. He's going to withdraw. I'd really like to see him go into Clef here. Going into Clef would be massive, I think, for this game. He's just going to go back into this Pokemon. Okay. He should take a little bit of damage. Certainly not, you know, too much, but that'll be some helpful chip. Okay, Pokemon hit 3 times. That is good. And he is leftovers, so I'm kind of expecting potentially a Defog to come out here. I don't think it would be... I think he probably... Oh no, he already spun my hazards away. Okay, that's not obviously a possibility. And then my team switch-ins were kind of hoping that this stupid Teabag would be one of the Pokemon to commonly switch in. I think I just have to go into this then. I think is my play at this point. I don't really expect much crazy to come out from this Weezing at this point. He could elect to go for some sort of Toxic, which would be fine. But now, if I get hazards up, Clefable is difficult to bring out on this. Yeah, I'm looking at this team and the damage that we've done. I do think, I mean, Gyarados was kind of winning, not anyway, but kind of at most points. I really need to figure out the rest of the moves on this Clefable. If it has Thunder Wave, then that could be potentially dicey with the Unaware. I'm gonna, you know, not be able to deal a lot of damage. I'm probably gonna have to rely on a Flinch to get through that one. He's just gonna elect to Protect. Okay, so I think just trying to scout out what I'm trying to do here. What Pokemon wants to come in? Great Tusk wanted to come in last time. So, alright, I actually have to really think through this. This is starting to get difficult. Fuck. Alright, if I set up a Spike and he Rapid Spins, What are my angles? I'm starting to lose switch-ins for the Iron Jugglerist now as well. I'm really kind of playing all into this Gyarados. I can Ruination again to put this thing in range, which would prevent me from having to worry about anything on my own Gyarados, so I'm actually just going to do that. He likes to switch out, which is fine. I'm kind of curious if he goes in Lick Clap or something here. Dawn Ferrell, yeah, he goes back into this thing. So this thing is... Well, hold on. I actually sat up on Great Tusk in this spot. I gotta do some calcs here. Calc angle time against this Clefable. So against Bold... This is doing actually, like, nothing. Is the problem. I'm really not breaking this at all. I'm doing, like, 16% to that Pokemon. So I can't really set up and, like, effectively get through that. I don't really have a good thing to go into here either. Yeah, this is kind of getting tough. I'm just going to Earthquake here, see if I can pick this Pokemon off. I need to pick something up at this point. Otherwise, I'm just, like, not really progressing the game state. Alright, well, we finally pick up a kill here. This Great Tusk being gone is good for me. Let's see what my opponent elects to go into now. Yeah, this Great Tusk was really a problem to switch into with my thing gone, and he's going to go into the Snitch. Into this, okay. He is Pressure. So at this point, I kind of expect... Do I have a reason to keep this thing around as a sack? Oh, that was a good neck crack. Yeah, probably. There's probably a good reason to keep this around as a stack. The question is what is... I kind of expect him to do something to get around... Yeah, I kind of... Like, if he STs in my face and I just attack him, that's obviously, like, a losing play. And if he doubles here into the... What's it called? The Clefable, then that's obviously, like, insanely bad for me. Like, in all aspects. So, I kind of have to do this. What's really nice about this is... He goes for the Icicle Spear. I'm going to take, like, nothing. Come on, give me that. Holy fuck, that's going to deal a lot of damage. Is this CB Icicle Spear? Fuck, that looks like CB to me. I see a Choice Banded Weavile. I know a Choice Banded Weavile when I see one. Yeah, or that's, like, some other item. I might be missing... Is that some other item? There's probably another item I'm missing in this new game or something that actually does this damage. Oh no, this is 212. This is a possible roll for this depending on the spread. Okay, what's really nice about this is I have the speed to outspeed the Clefable here. So I can just go for Drain Punch here. Or no, this was... Hold on, what is going on? Because it can't be Choice Band because it was fucking Swords Dance. Alright, I think I'm completely missing something in this spot that, like, should be necessarily... That should be, like, abundantly obvious at this point. So that, like, is on me for not knowing that. I get a little bit of HP, but that's good to know, because that means that I can't switch this thing in again. So I'm expecting a Will-O-Wisp here. Will-O-Wisp would be the pretty obvious play. How do I play around Will-O-Wisp? I mean, I go to this. This would be the way to play around it, I guess. Is to not get burned by the... Not get burned by this. He could go for the Protect. I have to hold this. I have to hold the... the problem is I can't necessarily sack in response to... So I could go for... this is actually an interesting spot here. So I think if I go for this because I expect the burn... I think I'm going to go this. Yeah, I'm going to go this, expecting Will-O-Wisp. Get really, really aggressive here. He can go into Clef as I Icicle Crash, and then I can Iron Head after to kill, to like put it in range and basically prevent it from doing anything. He's going to double here. Really curious what he goes into here for the double. He goes into this. Okay, this is actually perfect. This is actually a really, really good spot for me that I can actually kind of leverage this spot with Iron Head. I think we calced that this was like some sort of like a mixed set Moonblast isn't really doing enough here to deal too much. And we get to figure out if this is Protect. So I'm actually just going to Iron Head and see if I can pick up a flinch. He's going to Protect. Okay, so he's Wish, Rocks. I get to Protect here. So he does scout the Iron Head. He knows I'm Boots, though. He does know that. So he does get to get a Wish Protect off on this, which is fine. Well, he goes for Wish and he has to Protect. He doesn't really have an angle to Moonblast in this spot, really. I could even double. I could hard double out into Greninja at some point in one of these turns to get that going. I'm just going to Iron Head again because that gives me the highest % chance to do something crazy here. Let's see what my opponent switches into. Uh-oh, they're going to go back into this. Okay. Do they even have the, what is it called? I assume they have the Moonblast. That would be kind of insane not to. Monotype physically depends. Yeah, this is obviously doing really nothing to me at this point. I could Scale Shot. Scale Shot, no, that's not really a productive turn. I'm kind of expecting a Pain Split here, to be honest with you. That would be a move that I would consider going for here if I were my opponent. And that actually helps my Tinglu out. I'm actually gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna swap into this. I think at this point I might have lost this game, and that I don't have necessarily a great window to go in on the Clef. What's really good though about that, still, is because of some of the flinch angles that I could have on that. I don't think he's T-Wave last move. That would be really aggressive if he was T-Wave last move, and he might have clicked it previously if he was T-Wave. So let's see if he does like Pain Split or something here. Clear Smog, okay. It's gonna do 0 damage, which is kind of funny. All stat changes eliminated, so we're slowly gathering information, which is good. Question here now is, what do I choose to do? So I can Ruination. If he goes back into Clefable, I Whirlwind. I kind of want to just Ruination just to see where that takes me on this turn. At this point, if I have to sack this Pokemon, I have to sack this Pokemon. Once again, like, my entire game plan hinges on Gyarados at this point being able to sweep. And that's going to require health done to the Clefable. Essentially is all that's required left. And I guess some health done to this. But if I get a Moxie boost on the... what's it called? The Rotomosh, and I'm chill. I'm chill with that, so... he's going to withdraw. Okay, nice. That actually could help me here if he goes into... he goes into Snitch. Oh, he's actually going to take a lot of damage here from this. Alright, just please hit. Just hit for the one time, you know? You know what I mean? Yeah, thank God. That is going to be good to pick up that damage. And now this Weavile, I think, is not going to be able to SD in my face, which is really, really important. Really, really important that I can't do that. Because, yeah, I can just Earthquake again and put it in range of the Water Shuriken. I could just Whirlwind as well. That might be an option. But I'm pretty confident he's just going to try to kill me here. There's not really a reason for him to do anything else. He's just going to Icicle Spear. Okay, perfect. All right, now this is where these are where the turns start to get interesting. We picked up the requisite chip on this for the Greninja. And it's probably Ice Shard. Ice Shard doesn't do a lot. I can go for... I can fake... like, if I Water Shuriken, he can't... he gets Gunk Shot and then dies. From this spot, if he goes to Clefable. I think he knows Clefable's not gonna work here. You can go into Wheezing again. I can break through that with Surf and then use that as a setup target. Potentially, no, he has Clear Smog, so I can't actually use that as a setup target. I can just go into this thing, and this thing still outspeeds the Clef with Heavy Slam. So I'm actually just going to go into this, because I want to be able to click Surf clean on the Wheezing at some point in this game still. I'm pretty sure that's what I have to play for here. I think I still have the Drain Punch here. I don't really have like another play. I could Volt now. Alright. I'm capping. I could Volt Switch here. Volt Switch would be an interesting play. He doesn't have Icicle Crash, I don't think, so I don't think he get flinch. And if he goes Wheezing, then I can click Surf with my, what's it called? With my Greninja. And then that obviously puts like a really awkward position for my opponent. I don't expect them to stay in here, so I'm just going to Volt Switch. The Great Tusk is gone, enables this Volt Switch. Iron Hands to just really start doing some stuff. Perfect. Okay. We're finally starting to like get some headway in this game. Which like we needed something to go right for us. And with Great Tusk down, I'm able to really open up this end game a little bit and kind of continue to break towards the this end game that I need. Okay, so Surf is actually going to be the same as Ice Beam. I don't think it really matters which one I go for. I am just going to go into the Greninja. I got to pick up some damage here at some point, and this is an opportunity to get pretty much the requisite damage I need here to sweep with the Gyarados. Alright, let's just Surf. That's going to do a lot of damage. He's just going to protect, get some chip. On me, I'm perfectly okay with that. He might look at this as potentially choice now. I don't think that's going to change my play here. If he goes to Rotom, I can go straight into Baxcalibur every time. I'm not like concerned about that play. I'm pretty okay with that play actually for the most part. I can even Gunk Shot the Rotom. Like honestly, like that's another possibility that I have, and just sack this thing off and then get the setup going. I'm just going to Surf again. I still do have the ability to bring this thing in one more time because this is only poison, not toxic. Frig, this has been such a good game. My first 2 games so far in GBU have both been amazing, which has been awesome. Super excited about that. Even if I like feel like I've been behind in all of the games, I feel happy that we've played some really good games. Alright, what does my opponent want to go into? Probably Rotom Wash. I mean, it would make sense. Spin Cycle, yeah, I mean, there's no other play that they can make. Now this should be in range of the Gunk Shot now. We go into Rotom Wash. I go into like physically defensive, remove the Protean obviously. No, this isn't actually, well, against specially defensive. Against specially defensive, this doesn't really have a chance either. Do I have another play though? I don't necessarily have another play besides going into my thing here. If I do that, what happens? Yeah, I'm just gonna go into this. I'm pretty. Yeah, it's looking tough. He might like have Protect and try to be scouting out what's going on here. That's like a possibility. He's just gonna set the Reflect. Okay, perfect. So that's actually good information here that he's gonna go for Protect here or Reflect here. If I check the status, this was 4 out of 5. Yeah, so we know that. Now from last time, I can't Scale Shot here, obviously that would be unproductive. He's probably going to expect Glaive Rush here, so I'm probably just going to Iron Head, honestly. Iron Head is my safest, like the best way to make progress, I think. Actually, Icicle Crash is technically going to be better against the Wheezing, so I'm just going to Icicle Crash here. I kind of expect the Wheezing. Oh, he's going to stand with this, okay. And just get a slow Volt Switch off here. Oh, he's going to Foul Play, actually, okay. Oh, I think he's trying to play to the Glaive Rush here, potentially. That just put me in range of Moonblast, which is a little unfortunate. Do I want to... Okay. I kind of know all of the moves. Oh, this actually is kind of tough to set up on now because of the Foul Play. I was kind of playing to Hydro Pump. Calc's there. Damn, this is a little bit annoying. I could Scale Shot. I mean, Scale Shot's doing way more here, so I'm just going to click that move and see what my opponent elects to do. If they switch here, then they switch. Give me like a max hit here. Yeah, of course I get 2 hits. That was about expected here. I am probably going to... Oh, I actually get that kind of nice here. I actually do outspeed the Weavile now, which is kind of funny. I mean, he's just going to be able to... He just has the Ice Shard, which is kind of what I expect to be collect. But I do protect against anything like really ridiculous from going down. Oh, man. Alright, well, Gyarados actually now, because this thing is so friggin' low, it's actually going to be even more difficult for it to see. So, alright, what does this Pokemon have to actually to hit this thing with? Does it actually have anything to hit it with or not? You gotta show me if it does. You gotta prove to me that this Pokemon can attack me. Can I get a flinch here? Any flinchers? Alright, he does a Moonblast. I should probably die here. Yeah. Okay. Greninja now comes in, which is nice. And I gotta essentially pick which move I want to click. I kind of have to click the Gunk Shot here. I don't really have much of another play. Alright, so he doesn't have the T-Wave, which is really nice. So have we kind of set this game up enough to win with Gyarados? That is the question. Is this now an angle to set up with Gyarados? I kind of expect Wish here. Gunk Shot does have... I think Surf is actually going to technically do more damage here. Oh, man. I've left myself in a bad spot. I think he can predict that this is going to be Gunk Shot and maybe go and switch out here. The Surf is actually probably technically doing more here, actually, so I'm just going to Surf. Yeah, he's just going to stay in. Perfect. I'm going to see if he wants to Moonblast this. He's just going to Wish, okay. Yeah, I don't think I have an angle to win this game at this point. If this dies, then I do. Yeah, okay, I actually do here a little bit. Alright, this is starting to look... Alright, I actually have a chance here. So the Gyarados still is win conditionable in the back. And because I actually outspeed this, I'm actually EV'd to outspeed this Pokemon. He could fucking bait himself here into losing this Pokemon. He could lose this. Look, I'm going to give him the choice to lose this if he wants to. Look, if John wants to throw this Pokemon away because he thinks he outspeeds, then by all means, I'm good with that. Yeah, he's... Alright. John's too smart for that. John's too smart to not get... to not play into that. Alright. Once again, this is still, like, because of this, like, specific set, like, this is actually still, like, very winnable. Because I am still going to get to put a Heavy Slam off here, and I'm still going to get to Dragon Dance twice. Like, I'm still going to get to do some shit here. Like, is this killing? This actually doesn't kill, which is kind of funny. So I'm just going to continue to Heavy Slam. He's actually faster. Oh, he's very, very creepy on this. Okay. So I think he's just going to try to stall the HP out on this Pokemon, which makes sense. Yeah, oh, I think I got... Yeah, I got really outplayed. I don't think I got out... Yeah, I don't know. I gotta really think through this game. I didn't have a lot of time to prep, unfortunately, this week. And... Yeah, I think it's kind of showing here. My build just wasn't that effective. Oh, he's gonna switch. He's gonna lose this? Hold on. Well, this is gonna die. Oh, this doesn't die. Yeah, I probably should have thought through that one as well. Okay, this is... Alright, hold on. The Reflect is gone. Yeah, obviously the Reflect. He's going to set up a Reflect again. I kind of have to go for it at this point, don't I? Yeah, because he's unaware Clefable, I kind of do have to go for that. I'm just going to Drain Punch here and see what my opponent likes to do. I do have to, like, waste these turns of Reflect. I do have to waste these turns of Reflect to give myself a chance of, like, flinching through this game. I can also gain a lot of HP back, which is going to guarantee me out of range of this Clefable. Or give me a decent chance to be out of range of this Clefable. It already should be out of range of most Clefables at this point. And then another Drain Punch here. He's just going to Volt Switch. Should do nothing. Yeah. That opens up a few more ranges. But I could have Heavy Slam there, maybe. That could have been a play to make. Because I don't know if he necessarily goes into that Pokemon. He goes into this. Oh, okay. Well, I could have Ice Punch there, and that actually could have been very, very bad. Okay, what does... So it's not Booster Energy. Probably a Pivot set. Dude, I've been calculating some of these with Reflect up. Okay, that's fine. Hurricane doesn't kill me from this. If it's timid doesn't kill me. Heavy Slam's not doing a lot. Volt Switch is doing a decent amount, but I'm just going to Ice Punch here. Just try to get as much damage as I can on this Pokemon. I know it is Terra Flying, so that'll be good. Yeah, I am pretty sped-up on my Gyarados, so... I mean, I still don't think that's an angle to win this game, but... Yeah, I think I played this game... I think I kind of focused in on a few potential options and didn't really think through this team maybe as much as I should have. This is choice specs of like 1,000,000%. Like, it's not even... Like, this is not even a discussion. I think at that point that's choice specs. It could be modest as well. I mean, that's a possibility, but... Yeah, I think John's going to win this game probably 5-0. I think I played this game horrendously in the builder, and I mean, that's just on me for not putting together the most effective team possible. In this matchup, I could have certainly done much more to give myself a chance to win this game, but it's good when you only have yourself to blame in these matchups. Not that it makes me feel any better about this, but it kind of gives to the idea that, you know, there's always something to reflect on in these games. I mean, I assume he's just I'm going to give myself the best chance to win and just Dragon Dance. I think that's the only way I can potentially pick something up here. If he Earth Powers, that's probably fine, but then I have a chance to kill with Terra Blast after. And he could just be Hurricane. So, not trying to obviously get... He probably doesn't want to get Haxed here, which would be the most likely reason why he's doing this. Oh, he's just Taunt. Okay. Yeah, he is faster. That makes sense. Yep, good play to protect against that. In this spot, to protect against potential Dragon Dance nonsense. Well, I'm just going to keep Terra Blasting then. I almost considered Terra Blasting there. This Hurricane's not really going to do much of anything. I do have a decent amount of bulk here. Yeah, so I should be able to live the next one. Alright, well, I'm not going to get the last differential point, which is unfortunate here. Because of the confusion, I'm going to get hit here, probably. Just kind of rub salt into the wound. No, I do actually get the Terra Blast off. Alright, that's good. Alright, I do. Do I pick up the last differential point? He probably switches here into the, what's it called? The Clefable. Or he's just going to Hurricane. Alright, he's going to give me this differential. He's going to give me a chance at it at least. Alright, I got a chance at it. Let's see if I can take it here. It would be really nice. I'm not a player who wins with high differential frequently, so it would be nice to not lose one if I don't have to here. Alright. Iron Jugulis is down. The bulky Clefable, yeah, just ended up being really, really good. I never got a good angle to actually get in on that Pokemon with my Greninja and really like pressure it into making a decision, so... It is what it is. Weavile's probably going to come out here and pick this thing off for the final kill. He's going to stab pad that Weavile like a little rat. You know, I know he loves his Weavile, so yeah, that was the expectation. He was going to do it to pad a Weavile kill. You know what? I respect it. I respect it. You got to get the kills on Weavile where you can. I'll just click Terra Blast, and if he somehow misclicks on Swords Dance, then by all means he can. But he's going to kill me there. Unfortunate game 4-0 loss. I really just did not put my best foot forward here in this game on playing or in the builder. You know, a little bit, you know, a lot of things to reflect on in that game and how I could have played that, you know, a little bit better. You know, there are, I think, some weaknesses with this team that were exposed here. Obviously, John's going to harp on the fairy thing. But I think there's some weaknesses in the way that I usually play in this team that got a little bit exposed here. But it is what it is. We'll fight back. We have a good matchup, I think, against Galvanate for week 3. And then we play Oboe week 4, which I think are 2 matchups we have a really good chance at. So, you know, a good opportunity to get back in the next 2 weeks. But that is the end of the video. I will see you guys then, and have a wonderful day.